Okay, so I'm 33 and I've been going through something of a metamorphosis over the last few months. And I guess the real catalyst moment was um, my relationship with this person. And I got to a point where I had to walk away, and this is somebody I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and it was definitely one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. And maybe we'll get into some of that later, but post breakup I've spent a lot of time kind of reflecting and figuring out like where things went wrong or why things went wrong. And in this whole process of reflecting on things and just like self-discovery, not only have I grown a lot, but I've started to realize and kind of become aware of these patterns or like cycles that I keep getting trapped into. And one of the main things in like a recurring theme from my life has been trying to have independence or freedom, right? And I'm not sure how many people will actually be able to relate to a lot of my experience or like story. But when most people think of growing up in a family with like entrepreneurial parents or like successful business owners or like wealthy parents, a lot of people think that, oh, like you must have had an easy life, and that's not really the case. There's a lot of things that kind of go on behind the scenes, and that's like a whole other topic. But the whole thing is I've been trying to find independence, and I've been waiting for my parents to kind of give me permission to be independent and free. And something I realized a couple days back was that, first of all, you have to claim your own independence, right? There's nobody coming to save you. And then the other thing I realized is like they would give me like support, but it was just like the bare minimum, right? And it's essentially like this invisible leash that I've had on my whole life, where like I'd get a taste of freedom, but then I was never able to actually keep a hold on it. And like I don't blame them, like they went through their own things, but what I realized is money became their form of control, right? And they wanted to keep me dependent on them, just so they feel needed and like useful and whatever other reasons they may have, right? So the whole point being that today is the first day of my life that I'm choosing, right? Like my whole life, people have been telling me what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to live. And I never really stopped and asked like, wait, do I enjoy any of these things? Is this who I actually am? Is this even what I want to do, right? So yeah, I've kind of just stopped taking money from my parents. And then it got to a point where I was like, look, like I can't expect people to change, but I can change my environment and I can change myself. So I finally just kind of took the initiative and just left, and now I'm in my own place. And now that I have my own place and like I'm not constantly being monitored or judged, I have a place to actually like sit and think and process my thoughts, and then also be comfortable enough just coming here and like posting this video, right? But yeah, I mean, for those of you who will stick around, you'll come to know that like I've done a lot of different things in my life. And one of the cool things I'm noticing now is that like a lot of these lessons kind of keep repeating, but in like different ways, or like they like you think you passed the level, but really it's like now you've uncovered other ways you weren't kind of seeing things, right? But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the most raw I've ever been in terms of content. Like I've been making content since 2010, but full time since like 2010, and all of my like social media stuff is all super polished and like it all had like different purposes. And now that I've kind of shed everything, I guess I'm okay just being here, no edits, just raw, unfiltered, straight from the mind of Manzoor. But yeah, that's my first video. I have no idea what this channel is going to become or where it's going to go, but I'm going to end it with this one quote, right? So most people think that like, oh, once I have this, then I'll be able to do XYZ thing, and then I'll be able to be XYZ person. And something that like recently kind of clicked for me is somebody explained to me like, no, it's the backwards, right? Like you got to do the opposite. So you figure out like all of these things and then you do the reverse. So you be first, then you do, then you have, right? So in terms of like gear, let's say, right? People are like, oh, if I have a camera, then I'll go out and like shoot content. And then if I shoot content, I'll be someone who's like running their own YouTube channel or whatever, right? Like it's arbitrary. The point is like you could literally just start the YouTube channel with your phone and then eventually get a camera and then go from there, right? So the whole point is like be, do, have. So to anyone who's watched this and stayed till the end, I really appreciate you, and I'm excited. I'm terrified for sure. Like this is first time I've ever actually been independent and on my own. And the last time I attempted to do this, my whole life imploded, and I was in Winnipeg and I had no idea what was going on. I was having like 50 panic attacks a day. Then I later got diagnosed with ADHD, and that's like a whole other thing. But yeah, I mean, really, I could just be rambling for hours here. There's so much to discuss and get into. But yeah, that's a wrap. That's it for video 1. And I'm excited to see where this goes.